Welcome back, folks. Welcome back, everyone. It's time to get the vault door open because it is another episode of Fallout 2D20 Live. Welcome back to War Games News Radio. My name's Ryan, and these are our players. Hello, players.
Hello.
Hello. How are we doing today, gents?
Fantastic.
Living the dream. Living that wasteland dream.
Wasteland dreams becoming wasteland realities one day at a time. We hope you are doing well out there in internet land. See some familiar faces in the chat. We got the Fumbles, Zach Posey, J-Rock. The whole cast of characters is tuning in. Hope to see some more of your faces. If you're in there, give us the chat and say hello. Beans says, what's up? What's up, Beans? Good to see ya.
Beans!
Beans, you made it. We're going to get rolling right away here. It is episode 9, season 3 of Fistful of Neutrons, the Ghoul, the Bad, and the Ugly. So very happy that you all could join us to tell this story. We are playing Fallout 2D20, the system by Modifius Entertainment, and we're using our Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop to run our little dice roller in between Grant and Raj's old big old mugs there, so you can keep track of the scores. And if you like any of the above, you can check out all the links in the description to get your hands on those. Before we jump in to the action, we've hit kind of a end of the arcing of the first act, perhaps, of this season. We're going to go around the cast list again here and reintroduce our friendly faces. And we're going to start things off with, the Rifleman. How you doing today, old Grant?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, the darkest nights lead to the brightest mornings, don't they? It's been a tough couple of months here for riflemen and whatnot on the road for all of us. New Pueblo, that was pretty weird. No brains, no grains, and happy to be home back in Longmount. Feeling the warmth and the comfort from the community.
Indeed, just that. Yeah, you guys are going to be back in town for this episode after some aforementioned days out on the road, which is something you're familiar with, Yuri and Justin. Yuri, how you doing back in the confines of Longmount?
Oh, hi, everyone. It's Justin here. I play Yuri Andropov on the critically acclaimed syndicated television show Fistful of Neutrons, the Ghoul, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm so glad that we are just jumping in here to this third season. I play Yuri Andropov, priest of the waste and caravaner, and I'm glad to be back home as well with a brand new bull.
A brand new bull, that is true. You guys have a couple new assets you will have found back in town, one of which being a Brahmin, a bighorner-ish crossbreed bull, and which was captured with the drug-addled assistance of one John Bottle Cap, or John Cap, as he's known these days. John, how you doing after your trip on the road there?
Feeling proud and accomplished, you know, that we went out and we did some pretty good things. And I wanted to, like John, the first thing he does when he gets back to Longmount, or he returns all the tools that he borrowed. That's like, it's very deliberate that's what, like he immediately, you know, went, it's like, John.
Oh, well, yes, it's good to see you. I didn't expect you to come back so soon. You're working again so soon, John.
Always working.
All right. He carefully takes his prized possession, tools and hose back, and places them all on the wall and says, "You know they'll always be here if you need them."
Appreciate it.
I'm always strapped. And he pulls up, he's got a little garden trowel in his buggy.
I love that you put on a little flavor, like a little northeastern flavor. It's a fine right town.
Yeah,
fine right Tom.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Tater Tom's all about.
Tater
Tom's not sure what Tater Tom's all about. But he'll figure it out one day at a time. But before, we're already role-playing, and we haven't even done the fucking intro yet. But before we jump into the action, we do have the content warning, in which you will probably see in this show mature themes, violence, and fucking swears. We think you're probably going to like all those things, because all those things are fun, and we enjoy them. So it's not going to get super weird, but it is going to get a little goofy. So with that, let's make our way back into the world of the ghoul, the bad, and the ugly. Because in our last episode, the gang battled Dr. Cavanero, a brilliant but deranged vault tech scientist who had turned himself into a robo-brain and had been causing trouble for the settlers of New Pueblo for decades under the guise of a mysterious beast. With the doctor defeated and his lab destroyed by an exploding generator, the gang returned triumphant to New Pueblo and made good on their deal with the town run by children, getting access to some much-needed razor grain and a bonus of 200 caps for your troubles. But it was on the way back to Longmount that your crew came across the wreckage of another caravan that seems to have met a grisly fate. A scene which we'll get to in just a moment. But that was then. This is now. That was almost a week ago, in fact. And your return to Longmount was met with warm welcome from the townsfolk, as per usual, who are now eagerly awaiting that first shipment of grain. There's a big old hoedown, as is tradition, when the cause for celebration here in Longmount. And news of your successful caravan run has attracted some traveling merchants to town now that the roads have begun to thaw somewhat with the spring approaching. But before we get all into what y'all have been doing in this last week over town, the curtain opens first. 1 week in the past, as our heroes stand on a desolate, windblown highway, a stretch of the I-25, staring down the wreckage of a caravan. It's not too dissimilar from your own, but it's a bit more of a crude setup. There's what was once like a Brahmin cart, but it's like where yours is like the back half of an old picker-up truck. This is like just cobbled together from like mostly like planks of wood and like probably like looks like spare bike tires and shit. So it's a much more ramshackle job. There's also the corpse of a Brahmin that looks like it's hacked apart. Parts of its like ribs are exposed, and other bits of it are sort of like around the roadway. Classic Fallout dead Brahmin, middle of the road. You can see it. You can picture it. Yeah. It's taken you a few days to get this far from New Pueblo, but the weather has begun to turn for the better. There's a warm Chinook wind blowing down from the Rockies, but judging from the state of this corpse, it's been here a while. What do you do?
So there's no way to get meat out of this Brahmin. It's rotting. It's garbage.
Interesting. I'll give you this for free without doing any rolls.
Okay.
You get down, this is kind of like, imagine you got the stretch of highway, right? And you got kind of like the curb lane or not the curb lane, the part of the road that's not the road, the shoulder, there it is, boom.
Yeah.
This is kind of like off to the shoulder on the side of the highway with some of this wreckage in the ditch. It appears that like as the weather's turned and the snow's melted a bit, this has kind of been uncovered. Parts of it are still a little bit sort of buried and frosted in, and even just kind of getting up and poking at it, and Duke kind of like trying to take the odd bite. This thing's pretty like it's not defrosted yet. But I'll give you that for free. But there does appear to be still be some meat on them bones. If you wanted to give let's just call it a perception survival check, we'll do it a sliding clapometer scale. The more successes you get, the more info I'll tell you about this carcass.
Hey Yuri, give me a hand here. Let's see if we can feed some folks. Here's my survival roll. One success.
Yuri, you want to assist with a 1 dice roll there, buddy?
Sure. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm rolling on your.
No, you roll on you roll on your own stats.
Okay, so it's endurance and
perception survival.
Perception survival. So that's actually a 14, so not so bad. Let's see what we got. That's a 13. So that'll do it.
It'll do.
That will do it. That will be two successes.
You get successes.
Those sexies. Nope, that's not.
No.
Do over. Start over. You get uncheck this thing, and it's like you're getting down and like you guys are kind of able to sort of like clear away some of the snow 'cause it's a little bit sort of melting now. And the first things you can tell right away with a 2 successes roll is that whatever happened here appears to be overkill. Like there's.
This leads into a question that I would like to piggyback on that action, if I may.
Oh,
Overseer.
yes, indeed.
While we're seeing if we can salvage any of this, I'm guessing frozen from before or midwinter Brahmin. I want to check to see 2 things. Thing the first, do we know what attacked this thing? Thing the second, do we know where the Brahmin caravan came from?
Oh,
so I've got hands on a hard body, literally, because it's frozen.
Yep.
I want to do some snooping around, some investigation.
Absolutely, yes. I love this. We got like it's like a good cop, bad cop situation going on here. You guys are looking at different stuff. Yes. You looks like overkill. Whatever happened here was a little extreme. It does look like it was some sort of creature or animal for sure. And there are parts of this corpse that have been taken for food, but there's other like fully like good parts of it just left. Like there's like a full like hawk that like could feed like several people for several days. That's just like chilling. Meanwhile, there's like other parts that look like that have been torn and bitten out. So something ate this thing. Or ate parts of it, but wasn't super worried about like harvesting it for the winter or something like that. This was a fucking kill, eat, fucking thrash and move on, whatever that was.
This was a hack job.
It was quick and dirty, whatever it was.
This appears to be a hack job by an animal.
Correct. I will give you've sussed those things out. As far as what. I'll circle back to that in a minute. But
no problem.
Taking a look at the cart, if you're trying to track down like what the caravan's from, you sort of take a look. It's like all the pieces are here, but it's like exploded basically. You're able to sort of kind of suss out what was what, and kind of looking around. It doesn't. There's no like. Branding on it at all. There's no Crimson Caravan logo. There's no Radstag Express, standards on it or anything like that. It looks like it could be a homemade job, but without for sure, it's hard to tell. The one thing
branding on this Brahmin.
No branding on the Brahmin or on the cart, and there's no sign of any caravan driver in sight.
Okay, that answers my question. Unfortunately, it seems like someone was trying to do a little bit of independent contracting, and it did not go so well for them.
That is what it looks like.
A fair guess. And the last thing I will give you for free in this encounter, before we flash forward, is that while you're going through the wreckage there, Yuri, you find what you did not expect to find necessarily, but is the cargo fully intact.
This was about to be my next question. What is left behind?
Correctamundo. It is a box. It is like a metal, like it looks like just like a cargo, a Fallout-y, cargo-y, shippy, container-y, vault-techy thing, right?
Yeah.
Pretty nondescript. But it's open. Like you can see this right away. It is right in front of you. It is a big old box of parts. We're talking common materials. We're talking uncommon materials. We're talking rare materials. We're talking a king's ransom in parts that a certain repairman could put to very good use.
Well.
One question for you. Do you keep the box?
My hackles are up immediately, and I say, "Eyes up, gentlemen, eyes up." Jonathan, John, may I please?
The gun was already out.
Yeah, may I
He
please
never-
make use of your Pip-Boy, please? So I'm gonna tell you what Yuri is thinking.
Okay, please do.
And then you tell me what I need to do to sort of remedy this situation, if you will. You ever seen No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that this thing isn't trapped, bugged, Like this is pure honeypot ass scenario right now.
Yeah, you want to make sure that there's not fucking that the ass isn't gonna fall out of this situation the second you touch it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't run across a briefcase full of money.
For sure. That's exactly what's fucking happened here. You guys have come across a briefcase full of fucking money that's been buried in the snow for question mark amount of time. What do you do with it?
I don't want to get Anton Chigurd.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. John, you're going to give me now, because now everyone's going to have to get in on this bus, a perception survival check to do your ocular pat down of the area.
Perception survival?
Perception survival, please.
Here we go. Oh, let's do it, please. Oh,
bam!
not bad.
Nailed it. Oh, sorry, I didn't say it was what difficulty it was. It was only difficulty 1.
Very good.
Yeah, you scan. You're closer to home territory now. You're somewhere in between like Boulder and Dogtown, let's say. So you're about a day's ride home at this point. So it's familiar territory. It's also a little bit more open and sort of a little bit more plainsy than it was down by New Pueblo. So you got a pretty good view. You're not seeing anything. And I'll give you even this, John. It's not you're not seeing anybody. There's nobody out there. This isn't a DM like, well, it appears to not be trapped. There's nobody watching you from a distance at the moment.
I hate to say it, but I think we're good.
Now the other question, Yuri, was traps and the like. Yes.
I want to run through the radio band on his Pip-Boy, nice and slow, like click 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 through to see if I'm picking up any signal from this crate before I even touch it.
This is fun. You guys are having way too much fun with this opening fucking flashback scene. Let's go with a give me a difficulty. Also just 1. Just don't fail this. A computer science.
Intelligence science.
Yes, that's the one.
Science.
Computer.
Okay. Can do it. Yeah, that's Joe successes.
You got an action point in the pool. Well done.
Will do.
Yes, absolutely. You take your time going through the dial, and interestingly, well, I'll give you something else. With 2 successes, you pick up a very faint signal coming from way down south. You guys wouldn't have noticed it even just like on the regular band before, but only because you're like hyper tuned into this whole thing right now can you actually like get the full gist of it. So you're able to see that like, yeah, okay, there's something coming up from like way down there, but nothing pertaining to the crate.
Okay.
All right, I'll make a note of that in Johnny's Pip-Boy, like a location marker, general location, and say it does not appear to be emitting any radio waves. However, I cannot promise that it is not trapped.
Can I go through and do like a repair to see if anything is active?
You want to go see the like booby trap style?
I mean, traps would maybe get caught in this, but like there's parts and then there's like this thing was turned on and then put into the bucket. So I'm looking for anything that is on.
No, I'll give you that for free. No, there's not like any glowing magical.
I say okay.
Sort of
I say
stuff.
fuck it then. He already says it appears to be our good fortune.
Can we chain this bad boy box up to my back?
You one syllable. Do you take it or not?
Take.
Yes.
Okay, done and done. You have taken the thing. It was not trapped. There's no surprise there. But we're just gonna go ahead and add the passive quest Finders Keepers to your guys' roll.
Yes, Finders Keepers.
What does it mean? I'm not sure I even know, but you got it now. You got it now, and you were able to get these things. It's the D100. It gives and it takes away. So
all frag mines.
A couple things you've learned from this encounter. Number 1, there's something out on the highway eating fucking caravanners. 2, you got some fucking real good juicy parts and you don't know where they're from. A good and a bad there.
Some big ate this fucking
something big. I'll give you that for free. It was one thing and it was large.
Footprints?
footprints with the given the time of the meltiness of the snow. Couldn't tell what it was, but you got a general direction of it heading. In fact, let's throw up the world map because that's a thing that we.
While you're doing that, I'm
can
gonna have some
do.
RP conversation and say, gentlemen, it's something large. To take down the Brahmin so quickly and do so much damage, I would think Yaogwai, perhaps Deathclaw,
Deathclaw.
perhaps something very gigantic gecko. It's something incredibly large.
This was no bloatfly.
Indeed.
Safe to say. And yes, pulling up the Pip-Boy map, which now appears for our viewers there, you can see that it appears that given this thing's trajectory, headed sort of in and around, in betwixt, if you will, the highway headed in and around towards Grand Mesa, in between Dogtown and Boulder.
Now remind us, for the viewers at home, not
Yes,
me,
not
because
you,
I know,
obviously.
because I took all the notes and everything. What was the quiet year about Grand Mesa? Just as a refresher for our viewers.
It's a great question. I've rewatched our Quiet Year episode a bunch of times, and all I know is that we just put a big X near it. So, yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
stuff.
People just don't usually go there.
It's not a place one usually goes.
It's
I
not a
think
place one usually
Ever?
goes. The closer you get to Zion Canyon, things get a little tangly.
Tis a
On the
silly
roads.
place. Let us not go there.
Yes.
Silly place.
People have had issues on the road on the way to Grand Mesa. Nobody lives there. It's just it's just an area.
So just to
There's
clarify,
no settlement there. Like nobody knows of anybody who fucking lives there.
no red banners, no Books of Mormon, nothing. All right.
Those are to the south and north respectively.
All right, that's
None
fine.
of my homies fuck with Grand Mesa.
Yeah.
We got a fucking box full of gears.
You got
Let's
a
go.
box full of gears, which you haul back to town with your new Brahmin, Dorman guns, and Enola May in tow. And speaking
We
of,
really got to name New Brahmin.
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, well, you know what? That could be.
Wait, New
one-
Brahmin wasn't the Brahmin's name?
Shitty Jeff.
NB. And we'll just call it-
Oh no, Raj liked that one.
What is that shit?
Oh
The
no, Raj.
Brahmin.
That's Shitty Jeff the Brahmin. Yeah.
Shitty Jeff.
Oh no, that can't be
SJ.
it.
It might be it.
Oh, no.
Chat, what do you think? What's the Brahmin's
Yeah,
name?
let's
You
get
tell
the
us.
chat chiming in because we got to come up with something better than Shitty Jeff.
Anyone does, it's
Right now,
Shitty
the
Jeff
floor is
without a
Shitty
better
Jeff.
name.
Please
I mean, it's
roll
actually
away.
pretty high threshold to beat now because it's kind of sticking.
But it
on
is,
It's
it
kinda
is the
sticking
floor
on.
nonetheless.
Um,
We can do no worse than Shitty Jeff.
but we might not be able to do any better either is the problem. But regardless of how shitty Jeff may or may not be, you all have made your way back to town. Mission accomplished. A couple of quests done, in fact, and we're able to get some new resources. You've got this new Brahmin, and you do now have this razor grain, which should start showing up, hopefully, soon. You've gotten in town with your new ill-gotten radio parts, and it's a pretty uneventful trip back. You have this aforementioned hootenanny, and then the town gets back to business of being a town, which is kind of where we find you all right now. It's nearly 4 p.m., about a week after you've gotten home. Carla has called a meeting of the caravan board to catch everyone up on the events of the last week and get everyone up to speed on the grain situation and figure out what the caravan's going to do next. It's as mentioned, I've decided I've canonically moved us into the spring of this season because winter, as fun as it was also rather punishing for Johnny in the radiation poisoning department. But that was kind of the whole point of it now. But we've turned a page a bit in the town of Longmount. The Chinook winds are coming down from the south. You know, there's still snow on the ground, but it's like, you know, that when the big wheat fields get like that hard pack on top of it, but it's like kind of like lifted up a little bit and like they're still shooting through. So there's, still ice and there's still snow and it's mostly cold, but it's, you get some days that are, upwards of t-shirt weather and better. So
It is spring in Longmount, and a young man's fancy turns to jet.
Turns to a lot of things. As mentioned, it's still sort of like it's not nighttime yet, but it's getting into the evening. The meeting is imminent. Is there? Well, we're gonna do kind of a little bit of a series of flashbacks during this meeting, similar to how we did to kind of inform this settlement session. If you guys are just joining this season or this episode, we're doing it a little bit different in episodes past or seasons past, where we're doing sort of a central sort of town building phase in between every so many episodes. The gang figures out some new quests from their job board and then heads back out on the road, which is kind of where we're at now. But I want to mix it up a little bit. So we're at the meeting, or is everyone at the meeting? Is anyone running late? What's everyone's current situation? Let's start with old Yuri. What are you doing currently as the meeting clock ticks down?
Actually, I think Yuri, as self-deposed leader, has actually like gotten there a little early to put on some shitty freeze-dried coffee and put out a modest spread for the board to munch on while we chat it up. I would like to make this as pleasant as possible. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. And he's just puttering around in the boardroom, kind of cleaning up and getting everything ready for everyone to. Nothing important to the story, just a nice. I think what we said is we're in like the back, like we're the loft of a barn.
An old barn, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, I'm just kind of like getting everything kind of set up, lighting some lanterns and making everything a little bit homey.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, you get the big, Longmount Trading Co. neon sign turned on, and there's a couple of the other staffers wandering around. Dorman Guns is hooking up, is feeding the new Brahmin. Him and the new Brahmin seem to have a bit of a kind of connection going on. They're
Speaking of which, yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Grant. Go ahead.
So it looks like the chat has come to chunts.
Chunts. I know. I love chunts so much.
So the chat has named the new dog Chunts. This is what happens when you let kids name an animal.
No notes.
Chunts.
No notes, gang. No notes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, Dorman Guns has come up with this name. Exactly from where, why, and how he hasn't explained. But he just started calling.
As he so rarely does.
Yeah, he just looks like a chunts, and it stuck. Yep. Well done. Well done, gang. He's there feeding chunts.
It does sound very dirty. It sounds like
It sounds like you shouldn't be allowed to say it.
It sounds like a guy with this mustache shouldn't be allowed to say that word.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Can I feed you chunts?
Yeah, 100%. He's
man.
feeding chunts. And that's what happens, and we're moving directly along. Okay. What the fuck were we just talking about?
Okay, so we're in the loft. Rifleman is going to be in the loft too, sort of ready for the meeting, but he's been checking in with some of the sort of militia or town guard type folks, and they're asking like how to clean a rifle, and he's glossing over that and just saying a smile can turn any day around, starting with your own. And they're like, dad jokes.
But the rifle, though.
It's like, but my receiver though, that helped.
It's real dirty in there.
It's jammed.
Oh, it's fucking chunced up.
It's all chunced up.
It's chunced up real bad in there. So wait, so are you doing anything like mechanically, or are you just kind of going about your rounds kind of thing?
I'm checking in with people, helping them. I'm not just giving them aphorisms. I am helping them with their firearms and fixing this and repairing that.
Word. Yeah. I think that's pretty standard for your you and MacArthur kind of doing some drills and seeing what needs to be seen. John, how about yourself? We know you've already returned the tools of your trade to Mr. Tater Tom, but where do we find you directly pre-meeting?
Getting to the meeting, just like he's gonna be exactly on time. It starts at 10 and he's gonna be like in a seat at
This is new Jonathan.
Yep. Serious.
Okay, getting down to biz. Nass. Yeah, in fact,
Down to Boss Nass.
get down to Boss Nass. There's a lot of surprised faces. In fact, when they start coming in and John's the first one sat at the table like let's hurry it up, guys. Like he's like you're ready, you're there and ready to go. Yeah, you get the regular cast of characters coming in.
I think actually what happens is Hondat goes to sit at one of the chairs down at the end of the table, and I go, "No, my friend, here," and I pull out my traditional seat, and I say, "This is now your seat, my friend." And he's I think he's kind of a little bit awkward.
Oh, are you sure? Are you sure? But where will you sit?
I will sit at the end, in your seat. If you open your ledger, you will see exactly who I signed this over to. It is time that you begin to hold the reins of the company, as it were.
He's like he's like shaking at this point. Like, well, I mean, I know you signed it over way back when, but that was when we thought you guys were all gonna die.
Speech roll.
Sure.
I want to sort of inspire him. I put a hand on his shoulder.
Hell yeah.
And I say,
Hondat, I know that I am very old. However, I will not be around forever. It is time that you begin to grow into your role.
and now I'm gonna roll.
Go for it.
Difficulty?
We'll make it a contested roll against Hondat's speech, which is, we'll call it low. He makes one success.
Okay.
You have to get more than 2 successes.
Nope.
You didn't get any successes.
You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm lucking this.
Okay.
We got our luck.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm re-rolling that shit. I want this kid to fucking take the reins. Okay. Critical success.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
We'll give that to you. Yeah. He kind of second guesses himself for a minute and like goes to hand it back, and then so you see kind of something comes over him. And he says, "Well, all right, but you're still gonna have to help me out because I'm still not so good with the carryings of the one, and I still don't even exactly know what that means. But
On that, look at me. Chin up. Remember, mistakes do happen, but we are here to help you.
right, the company motto, can't forget."
Oh my god, it totally will be.
Yeah, it's like days since last accident, and then do
Portrait
happen.
of Chunts and Enola May, like this. And then in like cursive writing, mistakes do happen.
Sweet Jesus. Oh,
We
so
literally have to rebrand that. That is not a. Oh, okay. Take your
But yeah,
seat, young man.
He takes it and he cracks open the ledger and he starts like going over like, okay, I've got to really make sure that all the numbers, and starts going over what the town has and doesn't have, and with that the gavel hits the table and Carla calls the meeting to session. Golly, I just love doing that. It's just satisfying. All right.
I love that it's just a ball peen hammer too.
Just on just like a piece of like sheet metal. But okay, all right, everyone get seated now. It's time to get going. This the second meeting of board meeting of the Longmount Trading Company is hereby in session. As mentioned, you got the usual cast of characters: the Carlas, the Dorman Gunses, the St. Louis. MacArthur, you name it. The gang is all here. But before we get into more pressing matters, a quick update from the housing crews. We'll have 2 more blocks ready for move-in by the end of the week, meaning that we'll be able to start bringing some of the folks camping out in the outskirts and in the outbuildings and stuff. We can bring them inside the walls, which is going to be a little bit easier to keep track of everybody that way, and a little bit safer too. And we can't thank Titus enough for him and his crews but there's still more to do, so let's not ease off the gas right yet. And secondly, we got word from our new friends down in New Pueblo that the first share of our crops ought to be headed north in a few weeks, God willing, and the creek don't rise. But now we got some serious business to talk about as well. You know, you all have been running around town doing oh God knows what over the last week, and well, it's time we get a better picture of exactly where we're sitting at. We know that our food situation is about to get a little bit better sooner than later, but just curious to see what everyone's been up to, which is now where we're going to go into flashback mode, and we'll just jump around a little bit and see what everyone's been up to on their little adventures. We'll start off with Grant. Grant, what has there been any sort of like sort of jobs or like projects or anything that you've wanted to get some of the townsfolk working on over the next week or sorry, in between now and your next time in town?
Yeah. So primary activity, I want to set up like 3 kind of forward outposts for the town. They can double or triple function, help people that are lost out, outside of range of the town. Little forward notification if super mutants are coming by or there's a dangerous predator spotted.
Okay.
Little outpost, staffed by half a dozen militia coyote types.
Yep.
And set up kind of 3 or so in the area forward operating bases, basically.
Okay. Interesting. I like that. I like it a lot. This kind of goes a little bit with like, because last time when your last sort of job there was involving Bert and the radio, which which you got those parts for now, which we'll circle back to in a minute too here as well. But you might be able to kind of like 2 birds with 1 stone this a little bit too, because like Bert was saying that he needed kind of like a forward radio repeater.
Totally.
So yeah, I would say 3 might be ambitious.
Okay.
But if you wanted to get cracking on 1, I would say for sure you could set up like a fob, a camp outside of town. Well, let's just take a look on our wee little world map here.
Yeah.
Which I'll open up. Whereabouts do you think you'd like to have this little forward operating base? North, south, east, or west of town?
I sort of feel like New Pueblo is south.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go south because this base might be, I want to call it Beacon 1.
Beacon 1.
Beacon 1.
Beacon 1.
Wow.
Do like that. That's
yeah.
good.
And we might be able to set up something with New Pueblo in time. And
Okay.
this is probably not going to reach by itself, but it'll extend the range. Little worried about what happens with caravans out there, so this gives some
You're
comms.
building additional pylons.
I'm constructing additional pylons.
Yes.
Exactly.
Construct additional pylons.
Hell yeah.
You're just waiting
Beacon
for
one to
Gondor
the
to call
south.
for aid.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Is there going to be like a fucking flame tower? Now all of China knows you're here.
Yeah. Straight up. Okay, so next question. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be south of town. Do you want it then to be north or south of Dogtown?
I think just at the edge of Dogtown.
North
Okay,
of-
so
just
like
on the north edge.
Just on the north
so like
edge.
if anything gets through Dogtown, Beacon 1 sees it first.
Exactly. And then
Ooh.
Amazing.
scavenging in Dogtown, there might still be good stuff in there. You go back to Beacon 1 when you're done. You don't have to go all the way back to Longmount.
You're doing little shoots
Yeah.
into
Little
town,
trip.
little scavenger
Yeah.
runs. This is a fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Grant, how
Beacon
many people do you see needing to be staffed at Beacon 1?
I'm thinking sort of 6, give or take. 3 that are kind of military related, right? They've got some kind of weapons.
Yep.
Radio operator, at
Mhm.
least 1. Maybe someone with some kind of first aid,
During
and
this,
then a trader.
during this
I think-
Titus kind of, if I may, oversee.
Oh yeah, please.
Please do. You guys are play fucking balling right now. Go nuts.
During this, Titus kind of, I have a couple of men that I could spare who are reliable, and he shoots a look over at MacArthur as a little bit of a challenge, like
Okay.
Okay.
I got a couple men I can spare that are incredibly reliable for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
I love
Oh, I like that. Yeah, okay. Kind of like seeing like a little NCR Legion chest puffery
Yeah.
going on.
yeah.
really.
But Now I'm thinking it's more like Army versus Navy.
Totally.
Like
Sure.
It's
Fire
yeah.
department, police department. Like,
yeah.
who's gonna win basketball this week?
100%. So yeah, so they both give in to their better rangery types, guys who can get in and get it done. Actually, you know what? And one of them's Avum. Actually, MacArthur's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, she
Okay.
signs up to go along as well. So 2 from each. From the Legion side and the NCR sort of side, come
Cool.
together, and sort of
Ooh, I
within
love that.
and within that there's there's like one on MacArthur's side there's some old NCR deserters, a guy who could work a radio. On MacArthur's side there's a guy who used to be like the used to patch up the fucking Legionnaires in the fighting pits and stuff. So you've got like a half section. You got the fucking band of brothers basically there. Fucking dirty half dozen go off to Beacon 1. Yeah.
Awesome.
100%. Yeah. So
Love
yeah,
it.
I guess they kind of like figure out, within the couple of days leading up to the meeting, the 3 military minds between you, Titus, and MacArthur put together a plan for this group to go out. They're going to scout out, find a decent location. I mean, John already knows of a really large tower that you can climb up and fall drop your gun down in Dogtown. So like they've got an idea like that warehouse district that you guys were fucking with those dogs before. So they kind of say, okay, we'll aim for that because it's kind of the outskirts and give us a bit of idea. So you guys did some recce for them already.
Love it.
Which is good news. That does mean that because it comes from some of the housing crew and the security crew here in town, it's going to take a little bit longer to get the next block of houses up, and you don't have as many people up on the gates, but seems like a decent trade, more than a lateral move, if you will.
Right on, right on.
One more note, real quick.
Please.
And this is just for flavor. Titus
Yes,
says,
yes.
well, Romulus is, I'm getting a little old and I can't run him as much as I used to. I think I'll send him out with you boys to Beacon 1 as well. They get a dog.
They got
got
a
a dog.
dog. That's very good. And
Beacon dog.
I imagine there would have been some communication at some point between Grant and Titus about the pack of Legion
Yeah.
dogs.
Ooh,
you
that's
encountered.
so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
We'll just let that storyline play off screen. I love that. Absolutely.
Love it.
Good work, everyone. Good work, everyone.
And one last comment. Grant is going to do like bordering triple shifts here. Like he's working 16 hours a day in suit, moving stuff, doing extra patrols outside the wall, showing everyone. Like very proud of the fact that he's got 3/4 of a half Jimmy jury rigged like power armor suit on.
Yep.
Just trying to like
You got
help
your new-
people
new
with
helmet?
labor. I got this new crazy T-51 helmet going on. Just helping out as much as he can, and he's super jazzed.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, you're in good spirits about it, Grant. But I'll say you might be working yourself a little threadbare. So
He's going threadbare.
yeah. You might be getting some exhaustion levels if that
Yes.
were a thing that we're looking at.
Yeah.
But moving on down the line, John Cap. What is it you have been spending this last week doing? Have you been here in town? Have you been running around? The world is your oyster. What has the John Cap been up to?
John Cap has been beating up bad guys at nighttime, taking jobs, roughing up bad people.
Ooh, I
Odd jobs
like
here
it.
and there. He's got like unexplained scars and cuts and bruises
That's right,
and stuff.
because you've been doing kind of bounty hunter work on the
Yeah.
side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. John, one of your contracts that you've had in your back pocket for a while was in Boulder City. And one night you just, you made your way to town to see what you could see. Who knows how that bounty went, but you learned a couple things while you were in Boulder City. You hadn't been there since you guys got back from Kansas, and you'd heard through the grapevine that the sheriff's department had been looking for help. That kind of crime was way up, and they were having trouble getting a hold of things. When you get to Boulder City, the Boulder you remember with like the NCR guards on the walls and like everything's fucking rickety tick. It is fucking Sodom and goddamn Gomorrah in this motherfucker right now. Like the guards, like it looks like a fucking raider town as you approach. Like the guards are all just like feathers and football armor, like the fucking classic Mad Max shit. They let you in fine. Like they give you some looks, but you're also John fucking Cap. So like, yeah, you got in fine. But like the night you spent there, you know, you got a feeling that like, oh yeah, the lunatics are running the asylum now in Boulder City. It is not like whatever help the sheriff's department were looking for. It's too late.
That's disappointing.
Indeed. It's still a town you can go and do trade with. There's still some stuff going on. But you will, when we get to the quest section here, you'll see there will be a little update to our Boulder City phenomenon. Was there anything else, because I've railroaded you into Boulder City, is there anything that, you know, while you were here, you were looking to get done? Any trading, any bartering, any supplies for the town?
Any fist fights?
Yeah.
Any whoring and boozing?
Yeah, any gambling?
Yeah. Doing competitive arm wrestling at a bar, at a sleazy bar for, you know, quarters.
I mean, yeah, you've
Or
done it before.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an arm wrestling league at Whiskey Pete's, which is still
Hell yeah.
there. And Whiskey Pete's still there, and he has a bit of a chat with you. And it's like, my God, is that Johnny Bottlecap?
I go by John now.
Well, I bet you do, tall drink of water. My God, you were just a boy the first time you came in here.
Give me a hug, you bastard.
I'll give you more than that. Pulls up a bottle.
Oh,
Okay, whoa.
Oh, God.
He pulls out a
Good one.
bottle of fucking snake squeezins. And,
Dutch, you son of a bitch.
Chunks, you
Dylan.
son of a bitch. And you have a bit of a night in old Boulder City. Get a recap of the town. You learn that there's a bit of a crime, like not a crime wave, but like the town is now like it's janky. It's janky as fuck. There's like a syndicate sort of vibe around town. You know, everybody's working for somebody. There you go. So you gain some intel about Boulder City, and also while you're there, we'll say you come home with a solid 25 caps from your arm wrestling, because I just love that. And that's what you do. Well, we did a little bit of Yuri, but kind of mixed in with Grant. But is there any larger projects, things you want to investigate, things you want to build, things you want to...
So you tell me how much time I have, because I have two ideas. One is I just got this brand new perk, and it's amazing, called Local Leader, because I leveled up and I got enough charisma as a ghoul to get Local Leader, so I can set up a impromptu trade route to one other city that I'm friendly with, or town settlement that I'm friendly with. So I'm gonna do that to New Pueblo. I'm gonna spend my afternoons with Honda working on his arithmetic skills.
Okay.
Because they are something to the education system in this wasteland it's detrimental to your growth, my friend. It's an indictment to the wasteland. So I'm teaching him the ropes, and I get him the basic business plan to set up a route to New Pueblo, to establish this grain route that's going to run directly through Beacon 1 and we're going to set up, I'm like, there are things called security. There will be men that try to pretend that they are on a trade route. Here are the passcodes and, like, you know, the whole shebang.
You're giving him Caravan 101, like from Jump Street all the way till the fucking secret handshakes and shit.
Exactly.
All the pro gamer move.
Yeah. But in my evening, while John is away, and I've noticed John be slipping out in the evening.
Oh, John be slipping.
John be slipping. He not around, but with that, I'm going to, not that I want to keep the data from John, but I want to be going through the data that I got from the beast's lair and try to, like, sort it out figure it out. What the fuck do I actually have on my hands before I bring it to John?
Yeah, okay.
To tell him about his home vault, what that's all about.
Fair. Yeah, I would say you're able to split your time between these two things easy enough. Yeah, you and Hondat spend lots of time sort of getting into the nuts and bolts of the whole thing. It's still a ways to go, but he's getting it. Yeah, and you're kind of using this new Pueblo sort of situation as a bit of a hands-on training for him, right? So he knows who the person to connect with. He's getting all the farmers figuring out, okay, if the route's going to take this many days at this time of year because of the weather, here's how much supplies you're going to have to get with your guys, and you're going through the whole 9 yards. He's starting to get it. No sort of penalty for any of that. You're utilizing your perks. You're not, Hondat's not doing anything else otherwise other than running the store. So you guys are able to do this while traders are coming in, and if there's time to lean, there's time to clean, and away you go. The computery one, on the other hand, that one we'll just go ahead and do.
Clicky clackety. Let's
Clickety-clackety.
get crackety.
Let's math rockety. What we'll do with this, rather than have you just roll until you get some number of rolls, spending the time, we'll do it kind of like you're reading a book in D&D, you know what I mean? To improve your stats. You're able to spend sort of your nights doing this here. Here's what I'll say. You get through information you get is thusly. As you discovered previously, it was a list of different Vault Tech facilities in the sort of immediate area, sort of Colorado and the nebulous pocket dimension that we've put Vault 86 in because we never actually put it on a map. So it just kind of gives you a basic readout of these areas. What you can tell, that's pretty uninteresting, is pretty cut and dry, is some information about the Vault Tech regional headquarters in the ruins of Radiation Springs, which not much surprise there. It just says terminated, whatever. You see a couple other vaults. We'll say just for flavor's sake, you can see the status of the vault door out in Kansas, where all the ghoul settlers, the villagers were living. So you can see some pretty basic stuff. It's not real time. You got the download out of all of these places at the exact second you were accessing that computer, right? So you don't have access to their status now through a remote Vault Tech access.
I got a USB drive.
You got a snapshot of exactly what all those places were at that exact point in time.
I want to focus in on 86.
Enhance. Yeah. And what you saw there was all pretty standard. From what Johnny's sort of told you, when his vault was sending out people to on their epic quest to get their brains drilled out and then fucking wander out into the wasteland to die, as is Vault Tech policy,
as is tradition
for Vault 86 at least. You can see that every I don't know how long we saying, every couple of years, John they would do one of these experiments, a new candidate, and then would go. Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
So you can see incrementally there's these pretty static 2285, someone leaves. 2287, someone leaves. 2289, someone leaves. And there's always an open and close of the vault door. You can see vault open, vault close, vault open, vault close.
But it never closed.
It opened once, and from when you were reading, and I'll say it was, if today's the March 1st, 2292, this was on April 15th. So recent, the door, but recent enough that it's not you just caught somebody before it closed. A couple weeks ago, this thing opened
and never closed.
I'll give you, if you want to, I'll make it a difficulty 0 roll. If you want to roll the dice, if you get a success, you will gain 1 piece of hidden information. If you get a complication, you get a complication.
Intelligence science?
Intelligence science. We're gonna make it intelligence computers.
There is no.
Oh, no,
computer
wait, sorry. Sorry, intelligence science is what I meant. For some reason, I thought you said something else.
Intelligence science.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to roll that because I'm pretty good at that. Okay, so that's
yeah.
3 successes.
Three
Well, 4
successes.
successes because it's a critical.
Well, no, you still get the 2 for that, and then the 1, but still 3. It's still,
Three.
still,
Sorry,
still
yeah,
quite
3
good.
successes. Sorry.
More than enough. You've filled up your action pool quite nicely with that, and you gain a bit of hidden for free information. There's not a ton that I can tell you because it's just raw Vault Tech data, open, close, but you are able to hack the planet a little bit and get into the
Hack
back
the
end.
planet.
And what you can see is that the vault was opened. The initiating, like, open it up code came from the inside. Someone inside decided to open the door for whatever reason.
Yuri mutters
Nobody
to himself.
forced them way in, perchance.
Yeah, Yuri mutters to himself in the back room as he's clicking. This is enough to tell him. I have kept it quiet for too long. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? No?
No, I think that's pretty fucking good.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Yes, you guys got a lot done there. John did got some handiwork done on his own time. Collected a bounty or 2. Got some arm wrestling. Grant has begun the setting up of the Beacon 1 outpost, where Yuri, now on the other hand, has learned a little bit more about the mystery of Vault 86, and also gotten Hondat up to speed. And now you have a real honest-to-goodness trade route with New Pueblo. And now I got to figure out what that means. Well, I think mechanically you can share resources and items as well, too. So in a roundabout way of thinking about it, you have just gained access while you're in Longmount to Mikey's Megalomania Mart, the guy who sells the kid who sells all the weapons down in the kid town. So you'll have access to his inventory when you want to do some shopping and stuff, which I think we'll do off screen between now and the next episode, as to not kill time. But we snap back, as mentioned, to the scene where we're at here in town, where Carla says, well, as mentioned, on to more pressing matters. Well, actually, I have to ask you a question first. What did you give the radio parts to Bert? Did you give the parts to Bert to use in the radio?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured I should just close that loop. I figured that's what you do, but before I made an NPC make that decision for you. Well, now that Bert's got a radio up and humming, we're getting some contracts in from further afar, so that's pretty good, because we were starting to run a little bit low. We've got the manpower to take on a couple more of these projects that you guys have put on, but it's time for our CEO and senior members here, I think, to figure out where we're headed next. So, gang, where are we headed? And that's where we're going to take our quick, we'll call it a 10-minute break. We'll be back at 10 p.m. Eastern, or 8:10 p.m. Western. No, Central.
Mountain.
That's the one.
Mountain.
Yes, stay tuned, everyone. We will get the quest list and a brand new batch of options for these guys to go and potentially get into way more trouble out in the wasteland. Everything ranging from a mysterious caravan-eating beast to tangling with the Legion to some good old-fashioned bounty hunting. So stay tuned, because we will be back in 10 minutes. Tell your mom, tell your friends, tell everyone to goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Opens once again onto the show, and we're back for the second half of season 3, episode 9, Fistful of Neutrons. We're doing another homestead episode. The gang's gotten back from completing a couple quests out on the road. Got a new Brahmin, got a deal for some razor grain with the folks in New Pueblo, and have done some action around town, setting up a new forward operating base out near Dogtown, Beacon 1. Love the name, so good. We got John doing some bounty hunting out and about. And Yuri, was doing some computer work and getting the trade route to New Pueblo all set up. But we're at the caravan meeting currently, where our three heroes here are sat with our whole group and our gaggle of folks. We've got Carla, Dorman Guns, your MacArthur, St. Louis, the whole caravan crew. And Carla, as the meeting goes on, says, well, as mentioned, Bert's got that radio all juiced up now, thanks to these radio parts y'all found. And, we're getting some new and further afar quests coming in on our juiced up radio tower. So as I, stumbly, try to get these into the chat, or the screen here, as we transition to, have some quests up on the screen. Gentlemen, I will send these to you in our signal, if I can get it to work. Which I can't. I'll send it to you in our Discord.
Okay.
All right.
But yes, on your screen here at home, folks, you will see that we have a new list of some quests here for our gang to go over. Let me make sure that I've actually given them the right... Oh, no, it's actually the wrong... it was the wrong list. Hold on.
I'll take skinny dipping for 1,000 caps, sure.
No,
Why
you
not?
won't. No, you won't. I gave you the wrong quest list. Hold on.
Get your chunts out.
I just chunced it real bad there, gang.
You chunced it so
I
bad.
gave you the quest list without a jacked up radio, and this is the quest list with a jacked up radio. There we go. Okay, my apologies. But I will drop this into our little Mistvale Falls there, Discord. Gentlemen, you know what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
It's our D&D campaign that we play offline without any of you guys. But here we have the quests. Well, I will go through them here now that we all have them. First and foremost, is what I'm calling an environmental quest. It's just something that's happening out in the world that could affect your trade caravan, and you may want to take it like a passive quest, radiant quest, if you will, to speak in Bethesda terms. Roadside assistance. Something attacked a trade caravan on the I-25, the same route between Longmount and New Pueblo. Find and kill whatever it is, or risk the same fate. Next up, we have Law and Boulder, which is, you'll remember from our last quest session was there as well, but this is a little bit different. It's a spin-off. It's Law and Boulder, Criminal Neglect. The sheriff...
Fuck you! Get all the way fucked.
Last time, it was a call from the sheriff's department to come and give you a hand to bring law and order back to Boulder. Well, you guys didn't do that, so this quest has changed somewhat. The sheriff's department has been run out of town, and as John discovered on his little sojourn, crime is now king in Boulder City. But an old ally has a bounty to collect and could use a hand. You've just gotten a radio transmission, which sounds a little bit like, howdy and greetings. It is I, Meryl. Yeah. You will remember me from such arcs as Season 2. He doesn't say that to you guys. That was out of character. You've gotten a call from Meryl, the roving traveling synth bounty hunter who assisted you guys in Kansas, who seems to be in Boulder City and has some dirty work that could use some doing. Go figure, John. Who knew that those two things might coincide? Your bounty hunter work as well. Next up, we have a same quest that we had last time. Positioned missionaries bring medical supplies from the followers of the apocalypse to New Canaan. The New Canaanites are dealing with a fertility crisis, the most ironic thing that Mormons could be dealing with. And they need some drugs. And the only ones that can help them are the followers of the apocalypse. You're to meet with them a little bit further north and then head due east to New Canaan and deliver said supplies.
Wagons east.
Wagons east. Next is another new quest. From the ashes, the NCR is holding Phoenix, but is under siege by the Legion. Defeating the Legion here would mean a death blow for the remnant forces in Flagstaff. Will you join the fight? It's a full-on Johnny got his gun. Do you want to go join the war against the Legion? And last up, biggest little gamble in the world. The Shark Club in New Reno is hosting a high-stakes, invite-only, winner-take-all caravan game. The prize? The Shark Club. It could potentially give you an outpost far on the other side of the Rocky Mountains. And with that local leader perk, one could potentially have a very lucrative trade route. Quests are yours, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Talk it out. Discuss. We are in full-on metagame mode.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
May I propose roadside assistance?
Roadside assistance, easy.
We just do it because we're gonna maybe find something as
we're gonna
pull
find
up.
it at some point, or it will find us. We're taking care of it.
I wouldn't mind doing the Merrill Law and Boulder because Boulder City is in our backyard, and if it's crime land, we should sort that shit out. Plus, Merrill is an OG. We love Merrill.
John didn't like what he saw down there.
Yeah, it's not
clean
good.
That shit up.
And John's checked it out. So like start with those, see where we get, then head further away from home. What do you guys think?
Yeah, clean up stuff.
I love this in the meta sense. Can I drop back into character for a moment?
Sure.
Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo. Ladies and gentlemen, except for Jonathan, may we have the room, please?
Sure. Grant will leave.
Yeah, a couple of folks are a little taken aback, but most...
Before we decide on the route of action, there is something of a private matter that needs to be attended to.
Yeah, you catch people by surprise, but they're not, like, put off by it because it's Yuri, and, like, this would only be happening if it was what is supposed to happen. And so, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, we'll take a tight 5, coffee break, everybody. And, yeah, St. Louis and the gang head downstairs for a tight 5. Smoke them if you got them.
Yuri stands up and sits next to Johnny, not across the table, but next to him, and pulls out a dossier and of his own writing, like this wasn't a printout. And he says, John, I have discovered something, and I think you should know this before you make any decisions. I sat on this until I knew what I know now, and I slide the dossier over and just let him read it.
It is the aforementioned outgame information you don't know, but character information you will now know. That something has been going on at your old stomping grounds, Vault 86. Someone has opened the door from the inside, and it has not closed again, which is very much not Vault Tech protocol. That's a big Sarge no-no right there.
That's bad.
What does John make of this information?
As soon as John understands, you're sure about this?
As sure as I possibly can be. This is the data that I have recovered and cleaned up from what we got from the beast's lair.
Thank you, Yuri. And he just folds the folio, and he slides it over. He pats him on the back. He stands up and he walks out the door.
Okay.
Dramatic.
Yuri goes to follow him for a little bit, but then stops, and when the room is clear and empty, just with Yuri, he kind of looks down and he says, "You follow your own path, my friend. I trust you." And sits back in his chair at the end of the table.
John's going to Vault 86 right now.
Ooh.
Right now.
Right now. Literally right now.
Okay.
Interesting. What do we'll do a little theater of the mind a little bit here.
Wow. Okay.
Outstanding character decisions. I'm here for it. Every second of it. Yeah,
Grant sees Rifleman sees John sort of on the warpath, and he just follows in. I don't even say anything. I'm just gonna start walking behind John.
Yeah, you kind of start following behind there, Rifleman, giving him a bit of a sort of a distance, but kind of letting him know your aura's there.
Yeah.
Sort of Carla comes in and says, are we coming back? What is everything okay? To you, Yuri.
I believe that we have to table all other matters. My apologies. I will explain on my return. I've lost these boys once, and I will not lose them again. On that, Enola May is in your care. Ladies and gentlemen, keep Longmount running. I will be in contact as soon as humanly possible.
And I follow the boys.
Hell yeah, John. Where are you? What are you doing?
Do I have my gear, or do I need to go back to where I keep my gear?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine like it's that scene in John Wick where like he's got like the sledgehammer like busting open the garage floor to like get his gear, like wherever it was locked, like. Yeah, and you know what? Actually, I not to make like big old character decisions, but like I do like the scene of like Yuri when you catch up to Grant on the other side of the small shack on the back of Tater Tom's Tato Farms back 40. When you guys kind of like open the door and like John, you're just there in like Die Hard bullet mode, like
everywhere,
just loading clips, just like.
John, and I walk up to you and I put my hand on your shoulder as you're in a little bit of a manic mode, and I say, you understand that I will back you no matter what, but you need to tell me what's on your mind, what is going on right now. What are we about to do?
We're gonna go find out what the hell's going on over there. I'm going, and I won't ask you to come. But if you do, that would be just tremendous.
I shoot a look over at Rifleman, cock an eyebrow, like, are we going to restrain this guy? Are we going to try to talk some sense to him? What's your call?
Fuck you. I'm checking my action and like
No. That wasn't that was a me looking to you. Of What's your play here?
Dad, are we doing this? Like, yeah.
I just look over at you and I'm just like, checking my kit. I'm getting ammo.
Rifleman's like, where are we going? What's happening?
Then Yuri says, I have left Enola May in care of Longmount and Hondat. I, of course, will follow you. And I pull out, like, Sherlock Holmes. I'm very low on ammo. And I'm like, however, if you will, John, my apologies. If you will give me a few moments to collect my wares.
And that's a very good, and we can kind of do a little theater of the mind here too as well. You guys have just gotten another Radiant quest, just getting them fucking left and right here today. Homecoming. No description, no anything. It's just something you got on your list now. And it seems that it is now the primary and only quest that everyone's going for, and I'm fucking here for it.
May I say something to Yuri?
Please.
When I'm sort of done getting on my kit, I'm going to go over to Yuri and just sort of gently pat him on the back and say, just like that old poet Chiacus Pierre once said, once more into the breach, old friends. Chiacus Pierre.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's my friend. That is Shakespeare.
I put a big power armor finger like right in his lips and just I love the work of Shakis Pierre.
Yes, for sure. So yes, you guys are now like fucking hellbent for leather. This is what you're up to. It's like it's getting towards the evening time here now. Like if you guys want to go, like you're saying, you're going. But if you want to make a quick pit stop, Yuri, by Hondat's.
Yuri is
is fucking blazing across to Hondat.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah.
Hondat, there is no time to explain. I need all of the EV cells that you have, plasma cells. I require them. I need stim packs. I need anti-rad. I need
Buff out.
Hell yeah, you're like, I need a go bag right now. Yeah,
Throw in some chems, just assorted chems, whatever you got.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Yes, we got random tables for this, son. We're gonna do a couple rolls. Well, first of all, for some, we'll just use some ammunition rolls because you guys just need a little bit of a resupply. Everybody, give me a D20 roll, and whatever you get.
this is Yuri's.
Let me
Boop.
know.
That's a 13.
You got
it's pretty
13 energy and or plasma cells.
Rifleman 4.
Make it 8.
Okay, 8.
4 is too low.
8.
What'd you get there, John?
I suppose I should roll. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
make it 8 as well.
Make it 8. All right.
Too low. Now, as for, I'm just going to pull up, you guys get, I'll say it's perfectly fine. You guys haven't gotten just a gimme of loot in a while. Stim pack each. You get a stim pack. You get a stim pack. You get a stim pack.
Hey.
We'll go, we'll go a 1 rad away, 1 rad X.
Yeah.
And just because I like to make John make horrible life decisions, 1 buff out as well.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean-
amazing.
I mean,
could-
we'll just have it if we need it, in case we need
Just in
it.
case.
yeah, just
Just
in
in
case.
case.
Just in
Just in
case.
Just in case. So yeah, you got a quick like.
That's solid. And drop those med stuff into my inventory, please.
I will do. Yeah, Hondat just grabs like the fucking first aid kit off the wall and just hucks it to you, essentially. Doctor's bag.
I look at him
Anything
and
else?
I say, I look at him, Hondat, square in the eyes, and I say, "You're in charge." And I point a fucking finger at him. You are in charge.
Yes, I know. It's my job, and I'll keep the store running, and I'll wait until you get back, which will be hopefully really, really soon.
I
I,
give him a nod and like just fucking leave. I'm chasing after Johnny, who I'm guessing is fucking tearing out of town.
Yeah, where are you guys?
Rifleman is going to kneel down, and I'm going to try to have the "you're staying at home" chat with Duke, and Duke just looks at me, cocks his head, goes, "Whoa," and then takes off after John Cap, who's already started walking.
Okay, nice. Duke is coming.
Duke is in.
Yeah,
Duke's
yeah,
in.
absolutely. Very good. Okay, yes, medical items are in the ratty things are in your inventory there, and everybody will get a stim pack and
Hex.
good to go. Oh, I forgot the buff out, but I'll get that in there too. Okay, very, very good. Okay, so the gang is off and running. We never figured out where Vault 86 is on the
Yeah.
map. So let's do that right now as a team together as we build this story.
There's about 20 locations. Number them clockwise and roll a d20.
I mean, it's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 17, not bad. Okay, no, I have a better way of doing this.
Okay.
P100 Mirage.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I got it. I
Dice
figured it
of
out.
Destiny. The dice of destiny.
Dice of Destiny. Okay, so we got 5 quadrants on my version of the map, which shows sort of the different faction-y, territory-y areas. And so from our quadrant, the far west of the map, in the sort of a clockwise direction coming back, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And depending on 1 to 20, 21 to 40, yada, yada, yada,
Okay.
in increments of 20 will determine in which section of the map Vault 86 is. It could be really far away.
It was 83.
Okay.
83.
83 for 86.
Are not near anything we want to be.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily.
Is that next to the old Pizza Hut?
It's,
Okay. I'm thinking pizza party. First of all,
it is.
you
It
go.
is in Utah, which is good in
Yeah.
that it's close. But so it's
We don't have to go through Grand Mesa, do we?
So you see the road that goes from Grand Mesa, from Dogtown to Grand Mesa, through to Zion Canyon, where on my map is just marked with a bunch of skulls.
Yeah, it's right under the skulls, isn't it?
You see the junction. You see the junction that goes from the north-south highway in New Canaan. It's like at that intersection.
Well, that's a good place to set up.
Fuck it. We're doing it.
Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball.
Absolutely. The gang is off and running. It is late. It is nighttime. As you're going, Yuri, do you catch up with these guys coming out of town, or where are you at?
No, I'm with them.
Okay.
I'm with them.
The gang's together. We got
shoulder to shoulder.
Okay. I'll give you one quick option because you were in town. Do you grab anybody to take with you?
As I'm
any
running
NPCs?
As I'm running out, I say guns.
I was just gonna say
guns on my back.
Yep, got you, boss. And
does he have the junk jet with him?
He's always strapped.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He's always strapped.
Junk jet, Excalibur. He they were just like, he's actually, you know what? Nope, this is what it is. He's got a saddle on Chunts, so he can ride him. And like he's not taking Chunts because you guys need that. You guys need that for the grain run, right? But he's gearing up Chunts so that he can ride him. So he's got like some holsters on each side, and so he grabs the junk jet and Excalibur. He says, "I'll be back, bud." And Chunts just goes, "Chunts," and they move on. Fucking dumbest shit ever. Oh yeah, I love it. It's so good.
He says his own name.
Yeah, he's like a Pokemon. He's like a giant, ugly Pokemon.
And he goes with you now. The four of you plus your dog are off on the road. As mentioned, looking at our I'm gonna switch on what's it called? There we go, world map there.
Raj, you made some fucking decisions, bud. Ooh,
I'm into it. No wrong choices up in here.
We're just doing it.
Basically, folks at home, you'll see right where in the center of the fucking map, where Utah is. That's like smack dab where you guys are headed. That T intersection of those roads there. That is now where Vault 86 is. I know canonically earlier we said it was like up north somewhere in the map, but that doesn't work for what we're doing here. So, and it's my show. I'll cry if I want to. So we're making this shit up. Vault 86 is now in Utah. Congratulations.
So we're south of Great Salt Lake, north of Zion Canyon,
middle of goddamn nowhere,
west of Grand Mesa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
That's where we're going.
Given our rough distances of how time, space, and the world goes,
may I,
sure.
Overseer?
Yes.
I know this territory fairly well.
You do.
John, I know you're hot right now. Please slow down. We will get there. But I want us to get there safely in one piece, if you will allow us to help you.
All right. I'll take it easy.
We are going, but we're going to go softly. There's only 4 of us, and I don't know what is out there.
Yeah.
So,
Overseer, you do your thing.
Well, so I was going to question you this. I mean, there's on our map we have technically 2 ways to get. Think of the yellow line. Sure, that's the Rockies. Fuck it. You gotta cross them bitches one way or another. You don't have to fucking climb the mountains. There's still, highways and passable roads, that people can caravan through and stuff. Not that they're necessarily safe, it's the goddamn mountains. So you can go from Longmount, either straight shot east, right? It'll take you directly into Mormon territory, and then you got to go south and deal with whatever the hell's going there. Or you hook around south, split the difference between Boulder City and Dogtown, and head due east past.
I think this is John's call.
Yeah,
I will give him all the information. Here you are. Here's what I know about the territory. How do you want to get there?
New Canaan is where they needed that medicine, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we help those folks out along our way?
There's my boy, and I slap him on the shoulder. There's my boy.
You could totally do that. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Here's my boy.
In fact, meeting up with the followers would be on that route if you had to due east.
Let's do it.
So, but we need to get medical supplies pickup.
Yeah. You'd be picking it up and bringing it to them. Yeah.
And could you remind me where exactly those supplies would be coming from?
You would meet up with the followers of the apocalypse. About a day's ride down this highway. Where you would meet up with them.
Well,
that's what we're doing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Okay. Give me. We're gonna do a little traveling roll here. What is the speed in which you guys want to go there? Do you want to go like super fast? Do you want to take your time?
Medium.
It's nighttime. Medium at a medium pace.
Yeah.
At a medium pace, I can deal with
nice
medium
and just consistent, repetitive chuncing.
Yep.
I pull out the map that I have and put it on the ground and say, "Okay, Johnny, I will do my very best for logistics. Here we go." And I'm gonna make a roll because I think I have the best survival roll at all.
You will. Let me get you your difficulty here though first.
Of course.
Uno momento.
I would in RP to retcon this a little bit. I don't want to make any character decisions for you, Johnny, but I feel like you are hot off the press to go hard, and I want to make an argument for you. I understand. However, I know this territory very well. Here, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Here would be the best route, I believe, Jonathan.
Okay, I like it. Now, this is going to be somewhat unfamiliar territory. You're going at a decent speed, don't know much about the hazards, so let's make this a difficulty 3 test, and we will do the, here.
We're flat heading through enemy territory without fucking intelligence.
Well, I mean, not exactly. You're not enemy territory, I would say. It's not exactly hostile. It's your own backyard.
Not like we're not rushing either.
No, definitely not.
No, I am Russian.
Hey. Okay, so give me that survival endurance test. We'll make it difficulty 3.
Oh, I'm gonna buy dice.
I mean, you've got the action points.
I mean,
can I buy?
Yeah.
Can I buy 2 dice?
You certainly can.
Can Duke assist? Sniffing for danger?
No.
Okay. Can Rifleman?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I borrow healing?
Sorry.
Owl.
I think Jamet uses 3 action points to buy. Oh.
Yeah, that was just me keeping track of your action pool.
Okay, so I get to roll endurance survival.
So if you roll, if you do that roll now, it should add 2 on extra dice onto the thing.
It did not.
It did not. That's okay. Yeah, we'll roll 2 more.
Here's my assist. I did not assist.
We'll roll 2 more dice, Yuri.
Yeah, roll 2 more.
Jesus
You guys
Christ.
can start succeeding anytime.
Anytime.
That's a crit success. That's 2.
Can I luck roll? Can I luck and help?
Sure, if you wanna luck your assist roll, yeah.
I will luck my assist roll because that's not.
Yeah, because we got 14 endurance survival. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, by one.
No help.
This is it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you get there. That's not the concern. But as mentioned, you guys left a little bit later than and a little bit roughshod. Have you had a little bit more time? But you do head out and you get on the road. You start heading down, and it's been a while since you've headed down this route, Yuri. You've used it in the past, but it's just been a while, and you've ridden a lot of roads in your day. So there's a couple points where you're like, Oh yes, I remember this turn in the road. It's like, oh no shit, that was that other fucking route. Way back in this other place. So there's a couple moments where you have a little senior moments and get a little distracted. So you are able to finally make it helpfully. Using John's Pip-Boy to track the radio signal coming from the followers' outpost, but it takes you longer than anticipated. What should have been probably like you would get there, before morning. It takes you well into the next afternoon to get there. So it's almost like a full day. It takes you guys to fully get there. So by the time you get to the followers, it's getting towards the evening time. On that first day. So you lost a little bit of time, but it's not like anything crazy. You didn't get a complication and run into some fucking super mutants or something. But you do get there eventually. And there, as it seems, is pretty standard wasteland fare. As you're leaving Longmount and getting sort of further into the Rockies, you're getting more of sort of a hilly, mountainous vibe as you're going. It's still, pretty hilly, but it's starting to get more into that sort of rocky sort of feel.
I would kill a man for a bicycle right now.
It would be pretty good. It would be pretty good. But I mean, there's also you're starting to go up a lot of steeper hills and inclines though too. But sort of along the way, you pass some smaller, towns as used to exist back in the pre-war days. But now, just no one's living there. They're just, a couple groups of houses still standing after, bombs and 200 years of raider activity and whatnot. But when you do finally get to the followers, or what appears to be the followers complex, it's not much more than like what used to be like an old clinic, like a strip mall, like a walk-in clinic type deal, not like a hospital or anything by any means. But the followers here, you can tell that it is their outpost. They've got their big sort of flag out front with their big weird mushroom cloudy anus looking fucking flag thing that they got. There's a couple guards, but it's they've got a sign saying like it is a walk-in clinic essentially for Wastelanders just out in the wilds. There's a couple smaller settlements further towards the Rockies, but like it's just a camp that the followers have set up on this side of the mountains for anyone who might need some help. It's a pretty, as mentioned, 1950s looking strip mall clinic that's been turned into a modern day triage center of sorts. What do you do?
We've been running all night, right?
Oh yeah.
We're pretty tired.
You would be very bushwhacked, I would imagine.
See if there's anywhere inside we could take shelter kind of deal, maybe.
Yeah, I think we go in. John, you are the face. Perhaps you can make an acquaintance with them. We have security and a medic with us. And I kind of push him forward.
A ghoul should not be the first that they meet here.
I mean, that is, you are for the first time in a while in unknown territory as far as how you will be perceived ghoulishly.
Hello there. Who's in charge here?
As you guys walk up, there's not really any like guards or anything. It's like this sort of like open sort of parking lot. You can tell that it probably doesn't get that much action. You open the door and there's like a bell.
That's exactly how I imagined it in my head.
Hey, I'm glad to fill your world with dumb little bells. But that's exactly what happens. You walk in and there's like, there's a couple people milling about, like a couple patients, but there's like a waiting room that's like mostly empty. But like you can tell that like they're trying to like almost operate this like what it would have been back in the day. But they're pretty like, run fairly ragged. There's still like, a nice film of dust on everything because it is Fallout and it's got to be dusty. You open the door and John, say hello, and there's like a woman at the desk sitting there. Oh, hello. Yes. My name's Margaret. Yes. Welcome to the Followers Mountainside Clinic. What can we do for you?
My name is John Cap. I'm a representative of the Longmount Trading Company, and I hear that there's some folks down in New Canaan that need some medicine, and we're looking to take it over to them.
Oh, you got our radio transmission.
Yeah, we just fixed our radio. Well, you wouldn't believe our luck. I'm going on. Yes, that's us.
Oh, wow, amazing. Yes. Yes. Well, we can help you. Absolutely. Just take a seat. I'll be right back. You can tell like she was not expecting this at all. Sort of runs back into the back room, and you hear a little bit of a conversation. She comes out. This is a younger girl, probably like in her mid-20s or so. But she comes out with an older woman, probably like in her 50s. Who looks like, you can tell there might be a family resemblance here. The older woman comes out with these big bottle coat sort of glasses around like a string thing. Much more of like a grandmother with moxie sort of vibe, a rapping granny vibe coming off this lady for sure. What you are you really caravanners? You got our message?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm Dr. Samantha Rivers. It's a pleasure. This is my daughter Margaret. You have to forgive me. We put out that message on a bit of a whim, not thinking that, well, first of all, that anyone would get it, and second of all, that anyone would be willing to make the run.
Just so happens we're headed that way, so we'd be happy to take this on for you.
Oh well, that's.
At this point, I think Yuri's gonna push the door open after they've made the entrance.
Filthy ghoul, yeah.
All right, roll a new character. No. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm leaving guns outside. I told guns, watch the perimeter, please, guns.
Yeah.
I'll stay outside with guns. Power armor inside, little much.
For sure. I mean, you guys are the muscle. Let the boys talk business, right? Yeah, no, that's good. You come in and like there's a couple quick between the Rivers is here, and then you've got like a couple other medical staff, like a couple nurses and whatnot around as well.
Is there anyone in the waiting room like waiting to get seen?
No. You guys were the only ones sitting in the waiting room. Everyone else, there's only like a couple patients here getting treated. But as you come in, like there's an audible gasp from pretty much all of them. And oh my god, I'm sorry.
He's with me.
Hello. My apologies. Sorry, we don't get many ferals, if you don't mind me saying, around these parts.
I kind of like bow my head a little bit and say, hello, my name is Yuri Anderpov, and I am a bit of a medic and doctor myself.
Oh, well, that's quite good to hear as well. We could definitely use perhaps someone qualified to handle this. You see, actually that works out quite well. It's a bit of a conundrum, but here, why don't you come with me first? She takes you back into the back room. Says, well, I wanted to show you what we're dealing with here first. You said you were headed to New Canaan. Are you from there? Are you familiar with the phage?
Question mark.
The phage.
Yeah. Am I familiar with that? I don't think that I probably. No.
Nope. This is news.
I would go ahead. I kind of prod Johnny with my thumb.
I don't like the sound of that.
Oh, no. I mean, it's quite new, and we're not quite sure exactly where it's coming from, but something has to do. Well, see, the New Canaanites, they have a tendency to procreate, let's say. something recently has been inhibiting that, which isn't in the wasteland all too rare between the resurgence of long eradicated diseases to radiation, mutations, you name it. I mean, infertility isn't all that uncommon. Super mutants can't reproduce, for example. But it seems that that for whatever reason, unbeknownst to any of the minds in New Canaan, they're just not only having a fertility problem, but they've just stopped having children. Nobody is having children. And at first they thought it was a bit of an anomaly, but it came on like a hurricane. And we're going on, it's hard to tell exactly how long, because they haven't been very open to talking about it. But as far as we can tell, at least the last 6 months or so.
Can Yuri take a look around this room?
Sure. Yeah.
Do they have like any scientific equipment?
Sure.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean, it's
like microscopes and stuff.
Yep. So back here in particular, you can see that they've got some sort of a lab. They got centrifuges spinning and shit, and they got fucking test tubes dripping and shit. I don't know. You're the doctor. Fucking you tell me. But yeah, there's stuff. They're brewing up something here. In particular, it says, we don't know that it's gonna be a fix, but we've ran some tests, and well, we've come up with this. And she holds up a vial of something that it looks like a stim pack, but it's like whatever's inside of it is like this fucking
yeah,
glowing green. We have this.
And what exactly is this?
Well, a little hard to explain, but let's just say there's a little bit of you in here. And that's where we're going to end it for this episode. The gang has just gotten a new quest, positioned missionaries, whilst on the way to go investigate what in the hell's happening in Vault 86.
Sorry, the quest is called Position the Missionaries?
Positioned missionaries.
Oh, position missionary.
Positioned. You guys are positioned to be missionaries.
The missionary?
Yeah.
Position missionary. Okay, got it.
Oh my god.
You fucking monster.
That is the quest you guys are on.
Away with it.
It is an old-fashioned fetch quest to bring a prototype miracle cure for a mystery disease to the new Canaanites. But there's also a dastardly mystery brewing in the center of Utah with Vault 86, and a mystery beast roaming the highways. So things are getting tangly out here in the wasteland. But thank you all so much for sticking through on this long 2-hour theater of the mind fucking free-balling episode that we just had, which was a ton of fun. I know we just moved the story ahead like a light year in an hour, and I love it. And it's great. And we're gonna be back. We're not gonna. We're missing 2 weeks from now. Grant is going to be out and about, so we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do exactly for that show. We might do it a day early, a day late. We might do a canned show. We got something coming for you guys that week. Quick other channel updates. The promised, and it is coming, Enclave Fallout Legends Battle Report, the Fallout 2 themed battle report. It is coming. It is just taking me so long to do. It is going to be the longest by round, and I think by minute count as well, battle report on the channel by a mile. It was a 10-round game, which is about twice as long as your regular one. So it's taken me a minute, but it's gonna be worth it. I promise. It's just taking a while. I want to do it right. And also, another piece of lovely info is that sooner than later, you're gonna see more of this Fallout Factions content on the channel as well, because we just got the rule book, baby. Review of this coming super soon, as well as a bit of a Fallout Factions League, where we're going to start playing some ongoing games with myself, Grant, and Raj, and a couple other of our gaming friends. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Lots of fun stuff coming. But 2 weeks from now, we will have another show. Exactly the date, we will let you know. Things are getting spicy in the Wasteland. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, gents, for using your big, sexy brains in this episode.
We really, really did it today.
You guys put in some fucking mileage, and I'm here for it. We got all kinds of new action happening out in the Wasteland. We will be back to see what in the hell's going on in New Canaan and Vault 86 on our next episode. Hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things. Go kiss your mom, go kiss your dads. Unless they're jerks, then tell them I don't care. Then yeah, tell them to fuck off. There you go. Love you all so much. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Gentlemen,
Thanks, guys.
it's been a major
Bye, everyone. Love you.
Hi, Brad.
Bye.